emails from people about this question related to the city farm, so if I didn't ask, I'm afraid I wouldn't get out today. As you both know, the question of developing city farm or expanding Riverview Farm Park is largely a local issue and not so much a state issue, but because I had so many questions about it, I think people are looking for essentially a leadership response to this sort of issue. What is your position on the city farm land? Develop it or keep it as a park or otherwise protect it as open space? What is your position? Delegate Yancey, you go first. Ms. Simonds, you go second.
You know, I stated earlier in my opening remarks about my support for City Farm. I think it's a win-win-win for our community. I think it's a great opportunity for economic development. I mean, consider this. I've spoken to the Virginia Farm Bureau about an urban farm program similar to what's being done in Charleston, South Carolina right now, where they can take organic or heritage, heirloom, or farm-to-table opportunities and teach young people about the economics of farming if that's something they want to pursue. And then that can be sold into local farmers market. That can be sold to local restaurants. And I've talked to some of the local restaurateurs about that, and they're very interested. In fact, Christopher Newport University has a farmers market, and when I've talked to some of the folks here about that, that's something that is very intriguing. In fact, I'll go one step further. I've already talked to the Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization staff to get them with some of the local leaders here in this community that are dealing with some of the historical trails, because where City Farm is located, you all know about Warwick Town from 1640, but that's also where the French landed for the Battle of Yorktown. In fact, there was a sandbar right off of where the park is, where General Washington was stuck for a couple of days as he was trying to get to Admiral de Grasse. So this is a fantastic opportunity for us to promote our history and for our young people to know about our history, about what's going on there. Now, this is a city issue. There's only been so much that the state can do, but I have a sign in my front yard that says I support this park to remain on, and I know obviously that you do as well. But I have talked to appropriation staff already in the legislature so that if the city makes the determination that they want to keep this land as a park, then to work with city in order to find state and federal grants in order to be able to help this thing. And then look at some other things like property development rights that we can use so that the city can maybe use that as an opportunity as well. Land conservation easements for wetland restoration and things like that as well. So I think the important thing here is this is a quality of life issue. This is a great thing for the people who live up in the northern part of our city. This is like another Nolan Trail, if you know something that you've said, obviously. But I mean, I think this is a great thing for the people that live in Jenkins and live in Nelson. I mean, this is a great opportunity to have a wonderful park that they can call home.
Great. Ms. Simonds.
I just have to say, yes! I'm so excited to hear that you support this. I think it's wonderful. And you know, when I drive around town and I see all these signs for support Riverview Farm Park, I just think any politician who is not talking about City Farm is totally being a malpractice of politics if you don't talk about City Farm. It's an issue that's important to all of us, and I think we have a really green future in our city, and we need to celebrate it. We need to celebrate it, and access to the river is a real issue. We had some visitors come from New York City, and they were like, "Where's the river? We know it's there, but we can't seem to find it." So I think having some more access to our beautiful river and making sure that we use that land at City Farm as open space is just really, really important for the growth. And we do have so many great assets in Newport News. We really need to be shouting about them and promoting ourselves as a really green city.
Great. It doesn't sound like there is a need for a rebuttal, but you certainly have the opportunity for a rebuttal time if you'd like it.
I mean, if you don't mind me adding on to the level, I'm going to
take it.
Well, I just want to add that we recently had some visitors come from Greifswald, Germany, which is our sister city, and I had the opportunity to speak to the mayor at an event, and I shared with him about the exciting things that are going on in Newport News and in Virginia, and obviously, of course, City Farm. And I bring that up because if you go to cities like London or Paris or Tokyo, they have these magnificent parks. And I think when you have folks that are coming to visit Newport News and they see these parks, or people that want to relocate here, or, as you said, the young millennials that want a reason to stay here, these are the kind of things that draw people in to say, this is a community that I want to be a part of, and this is a community that I want to live in. And I think these are the kind of things that we're doing that really makes Newport News an exceptional city.
Great. Last question, and then we'll go to closing statements. I find that oftentimes in